bringing you news and updates from the Alliance of American Football, your source for everything Memphis, with your hosts, Dan and Michelle. This is Memphis AAF.
And welcome to Memphis AAF. We have some awesome stuff to talk to you about. What up, guys? My name is Michelle, and as always, I am joined by my co-host, Daniel.
How's it going?
It's going all right. You?
Okay, not too bad.
What are we talking about today?
We have a little bit of news, kind of a major announcement coming from the AAF, and yeah, I guess that's about it.
Okay. Are we getting right to this big news that's so cryptic?
Of course not. Do we ever?
No.
No, we delay it, we push it back, and we tease it until you stop caring. Because that's our way.
I've stopped caring right now.
All right, so let's jump into it.
Okay.
So the first thing I want to throw out there is that there is a Discord server that has started up around the AAF.
The whole AAF?
Yeah. Sorry, I was not expecting that question.
You froze. Okay.
Yes. All teams, all day, all the time.
What is a Discord server?
So it's basically like a chat room.
Okay.
You just kind of go in there, create your account or your alias, and just kind of talk with people who are also excited about the Alliance of American Football.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and you can divide it up between like who what team you're rooting for, and talk to people of like minds who know that Memphis Express is the best.
Here's hoping.
Yeah. What?
I don't know. Is there any smack talk going down?
Not yet, but I'm sure that's gonna come with time.
Yeah.
As soon as people realize how good Memphis is.
We're here to deliver the pain.
Boom. But I will have the link to that in the show notes. So if you want to join us and have some fun, check it out.
All right.
So on to some news. First off, let's talk about us.
Okay. Is that news?
Of course.
All right. Okay.
We have a very special guest for next week's episode.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Jacob is coming on the show. We're not going to attempt to butcher his last name, but that will be the first thing we ask him is how to pronounce that thing.
How to correctly pronounce his last name.
But he is the VP of Ticket Sales and Operations, and the season tickets go on sale for the general public starting next week. So he's going to come on the show, answer your questions, and talk about what the team is going to be doing with tickets and whatnot.
Yeah, he's really cool. We've talked to him a couple times, and he's really passionate about the Express and the league overall doing really well. So he's going to be a cool guy to have on. Yeah,
and he showed us around the Liberty Bowl when we went to pick out our season tickets the other day.
Yep.
Or our seats, or I guess we didn't really pick our seats.
Not our direct seats, but...
Yeah, because we're going to be in the hub.
The best spot in the house.
And it's general admission, so there's no specific seat. It's just kind of a free-for-all party zone.
Yeah.
So that's where we're going to be.
Definitely, with our free drinks.
Yes.
I just looked over at Dan's notes, and the next thing we're talking about is something to do with the Hotshots, I think. But from here, it looks like hobbits. I thought we were going to start talking about hobbits, and it was really confusing.
See, I just realized the irony that Hugh Freeze is going to be a coach for the Hotshots.
Ah, I see it. The irony.
Yeah. I thought this was... I mean, it's not really relevant to Memphis, but it is just kind of a fun little tidbit.
Okay.
That Hugh Freeze has a job.
I don't know anything about Hugh Freeze.
He was a coach for the University of Mississippi, and he lost his job because he was hiring escorts for the players.
I remember hearing about that.
Yeah, it was kind of a big deal.
Yeah, a little bit.
So he's now he's got another job with the AAF.
Okay. With the Hotshots, not the Hobbits.
No. Though I think a team really missed out by not naming their Alliance the Hobbits.
You don't think that was protected by copyright or anything?
Yeah, touche.
All right.
Have to look into that.
Do we?
We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
But I think this really kind of shows that the league is willing to give second chances. Because like Michael Vick has his history. You know, this guy has his. And it just shows like this is a place for second chances.
But is that a good thing?
We'll see. I mean, I believe that you can learn from your mistakes.
Yeah, but does that mean that you deserve a job in a position such as this? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question.
Yeah, and it's different because it's not college students. You know, these are adults that are going to be playing. But it's something to pay attention to, that, you know, the league is willing to look past former indiscretions. Hopefully they're not as lenient when it comes to new issues that may arise.
Yeah, I guess it's just kind of a wait and see thing. I'll just have to see how they, other people they may hire It's a problem I think the NFL has faced is keeping people in positions that don't deserve them after they've done really awful things.
Exactly.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens here. And I really hope that the Alliance doesn't go down that same path.
Some very interesting news in regards to the contracts.
Okay.
The CFL and the AAF are going to respect each other's contracts.
Oh, that's cool. So
Yeah.
a player wouldn't like bounce back and forth?
Correct. So if a player signs a 3-year deal with the AAF, they can't mid-contract jump ship and head to the CFL and vice versa.
That's cool. I think that will really help each league keep some sort of stability.
Right.
Which is important to the success of both of them.
Yeah. And I could, otherwise I could see like a bidding war for teams to like try to get the best talent. They're in this perpetual back and forth.
Yeah.
And it really doesn't help either side.
Right. And it kind of validates each league.
Yeah.
They're recognizing and respecting the role that they play as separate leagues.
Yeah. So it's mutually beneficial.
Yeah.
For everybody all around.
Yep.
Whereas like players will still have the opportunity to go to the NFL if they are given that kind of opportunity.
Right.
So before we get into the main topics of this episode, let's go into a player interview.
Okay, who do we have today?
We got Issac Gross. He is listed as a defensive tackle, which is what he played in college. He's from Ole Miss.
Okay.
Came into college the number one.
Wait, did you say Old Miss?
Ole Miss.
Okay.
OLE.
I was like, you're definitely not from here if you're calling it Old Miss.
He played defensive tackle, but his more natural position is defensive end or a linebacker.
Okay.
But the team needed him at defensive tackle, so that's what he played. And even though he's undersized for that position, he still balled out. He came into college the number 1 ranked tackle or defensive tackle in Mississippi.
Wow.
And like number 13 or something crazy on ESPN's list of like 150 top players.
That's crazy.
Yeah. He sustained some injuries later in his college career, and that really kind of hurt his chances for the NFL, and he never really got that shot. But he's a guy with a lot of determination to show that he is worthy of a shot.
Let's hear all about it.
So we are here with Issac Gross. He's a defensive lineman coming out of Ole Miss. During his time at Ole Miss, he ended up with 142 tackles, 29 for loss, 6 sacks, and 4 fumble recoveries. He was an all-SEC player and is currently the 10th all-time in tackles for loss at Ole Miss. Issac, how you doing?
Man, I'm doing good. How are you? Thanks for having me.
We're so excited to have you on the show just because, like, watching your highlight film, looking at your numbers, like, you are a guy that should be playing. And it's just like one of those things, like, it's really a shame that that you're not.
Yeah, tell me about it every day.
Yeah, like, we don't need to tell you. So tell us a little bit about yourself and kind of what you've been doing outside of football.
Well, I started off playing 2017. I came out the year 2017. Like I said, that whole year was kind of up and down. I got phone calls and no one picked me up or flew me out. At the end of the year, I signed with I joined the IFL with the Green Bay Blizzards, and I went to Green Bay the beginning of 2018. I came home like in February. I came home from February, March, April. I came home like mid-March, and April to May, I was trying to figure out what I was gonna do next. I was still training, and like I said, it was just I was hoping someone would probably pick me up or something new would come and I can be a part of a different type of football league or something. But I stayed in shape and just stayed training. Then all of a sudden, I took a personal training job. I was personal training people, got summer jobs. Then to the point, I just went on and got my CDLs. I was just so undecisive on what I wanted to do. So, like I said, I just recently just finished school of getting my class at ACDLs. So, and that's basically been about it, man. It's just been a roller coaster trying to find my way back out on that field.
It's such a shame because you played just a couple games in the IFL before you had family issues come up, and it's something that we see far too often when it comes to professional football. Is these guys take time off to focus on themselves or to take care of personal matters, which any other profession you have that freedom, but as soon as you kind of drop out of it's kind of like out of sight, out of mind. You get out of the eyesight of these, these teams, and it kind of derails your career.
All the way. I mean, it put you all the way back. I mean, like I said, nothing was by choice at all. It was basically what I had to do. And like I said, man, I just been fighting for it day in, day out, trying to build some connection, trying to put my name out there in a positive way, and just find somebody that could possibly give me a workout or anything.
Yeah. Yeah, and it just kind of highlights why the AAF is so important, and just kind of giving these opportunities to these guys that deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go back to your college days. Entering Ole Miss your freshman year, you were ranked the #1 defensive tackle in Mississippi and 36 overall on ESPN's top 150 rankings. Tell us a little bit, just kind of like what your mindset was going into Ole Miss with these high rankings and high expectations.
Man, I actually was hurt at the end of my high school career. My high school known for winning a state championship year in and year out, and I was so disappointed my senior year that I didn't get a chance to win a state championship my senior year. I had a little minor injury, and I didn't get to perform well in the Mississippi Alabama games, like the All-Star game. And then I healed up in the All-Star game I went to in St. Petersburg, Florida, the Under Armour game, UA game. I woke back up there. And I remember when I first stepped foot on at college. Ole Miss is like really like 20 minutes from my hometown, Batesville, 20 minutes east of where I live. And right after I finished high school, I used to try to go over there and work out early. Like I said, I wasn't under liability yet. I couldn't work out, but I was trying to get in early, like right before summer one in June even started. I was trying to get in like May, like April, May type. So man, when I got there, I remember being in the back of the room. I was behind. The first day I didn't even take practice. I didn't even get a chance to get any reps, but I just remember being in the back of the room, and Ole Miss just came off a 2-11 season, and they got new coaches, new everybody there. So I was just thinking to myself, like, man, this is my time to make my mark. This is my, everything is wide open. If I get redshirted, then hey, I'm a freshman. If not, then man, I came here to play, and I just took it by storm. I wasn't afraid. I was gonna man up to the occasion as soon as I had the opportunity to. And I want to say by the end of training camp, week 2, I was a starting defensive tackle as a freshman at 250 pounds.
That's incredible. And you definitely rose to the occasion. Ended up on the all-freshman SEC team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you were saying it right. It was freshman All-American team.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't give it to me. Freshman All-American.
Definitely deserved it.
Yeah.
You're listed at Ole Miss as a defensive tackle, yes, but like you seem kind of a bit undersized at that. Yes, Tell us a little bit, kind of like, where do you feel most comfortable on the field?
Most comfortable I feel as an edge rusher, either weak side or strong side, and I even feel good standing up at it. I wouldn't say, saying whatever I need to do. I'm a football player, but I always just told Coach, I was like, yo, man, Coach, I really want to play at the next level, man, but I don't think I'm gonna grow. I'm gonna grow into that body to play this spot at the next level. So with that being said, like I said, I played it, and I was like, I was gonna play defensive end, and that's where I feel like my best spot was playing defensive end on the field, weak side or strong side. I can stop the run with my attack, or I can pass rush.
Yeah, it's just so crazy that you still were able to put up these numbers playing like a weaker position than what you should be, Yes, sir. So you see a lot of guys out there, they try them at different positions, it just doesn't work out. But even though you're at a different, a position that you're not built for, you still showed up. In 2014, you're still ranked the number 8 defensive tackle in the SEC.
That was that. That was just that passion in me, man. That fire burning. I'm from Mississippi. I got to play it. I'm playing at Ole Miss. I'm wearing Mississippi on my chest. big Mississippi guy, so I took it to college like that. And like I said, I had so much I was playing for. I was playing for my family. I was playing for a community back at home, man. It was just like I said, man. And when I really thought about it, I was like, yo, now what I need to do for me, like, yo, coach, I really need to play in. And like I said, I always just believe, man. Coach told me in college, you'll just be playing where you needed at. In the league, you'll be playing where you were best at. And like I said, man, I was a leader. I was a captain. I didn't fight with that. I got a job to do. Coach gave it to me, and that's what I was gonna do.
I love that passion. Who would you say is your favorite player, or like who do you model your game after?
I started off big Cameron Wake, Trent Cole, Jane Harrison guy, but the way I feel like I never actually elevated to my full potential, like with training and everything and growing to it, building a good body for that. So I feel like when I do reach my peak, I'll be modeling myself right after Khalil Mack. I love watching Khalil Mack. And like I said, man, his tenacity, his power, his speed, his aggressiveness, his ability to be, aware of everything that's going on around him. It's just Khalil Mack right now is my favorite player in the NFL.
That's awesome. There are many. If you're gonna model after somebody, like you can't do much better than Khalil Mack.
Yeah. A lot of people, they get different names. Like I couldn't, like me, I don't watch people like, of course I watch Aaron Donald, but, I just didn't watch people like Ndamukong Suh or, Calais Campbell, those guys. Like I said, those guys unfair. They're freaks of nature. J.J. Watt, Clowney, they're freaks of nature. They cheat. God bless them. My partner in crime, Rob Kimdichi. He played with the Arizona Cardinals now. He's just, God gave them guys very gifted bodies and stuff. And me just gave me the willpower.
Yeah. And it's definitely, at the end of the day, I'd rather have that. Obviously, having a body, that those God-given talents, like you said, is amazing. Yes, but at the end of the day, it's more about that passion, that drive, and that dedication to the game. Because you see plenty of guys that have come and gone who had all the physical tools, but they never applied it. And, they just kind of washed out. And then you have undersized guys or guys that don't fit that ideal mold who are killing it in the league.
Mm-hmm.
So who would be your dream coach? Whether one of the coaches in the Alliance of American Football, a current NFL coach, or past coach, like what is your dream coach or who is that?
Pete Jenkins.
Okay.
The legendary Pete Jenkins. Why? I had a high school coach that played for Pete Jenkins at Mississippi State. His name was Eddie Maxson, and he gave me a heads up on the game before I got to college, and I was so skilled with my techniques before my Coach Chris Kippen used to call me the technician when I first got to Ole Miss. He was like, man, the guy, he know all the drills, he know all the technique, he got a toolbox up on himself. And if it'll be anybody, man, it'll have to be Pete Jenkins, man. I'm still to this day. I go back. I watch the YouTube. It's saved in my history. I watch this D-line vid all day long, man. Like I said, I go out and I practice with myself. But if anybody, I would like to have one-on-one session with Pete Jenkins.
Do you have any like pregame superstitions or any kind of rituals you do before you go out there on the field?
Man, I'd be so excited the night before a game, the morning before or the day before. I'm 9 times out of 10 before I get out there and warm up, I'm asleep. I'll probably be in there, got my music in. I've been passed out. Because I'd be so excited the night before. That might sound weird, but I just be so excited. I be thinking about making those plays. Coaches always tell us, visualize making those plays, visualize, dream big. If you think it, you see yourself. You repetition these plays in practice all the time. You see yourself doing that. You visualize, bring that to a visual image. After you rep it so many times, and then the play normally comes, and you get it's on you to make that play. So I be so excited and running through all these ideas and what move I'm gonna work and the push-ups, the sit-ups all night long. Just the anticipation, man. Just eating. I'm antsy. Just eat me up inside. It's the night before, man. I just be overwhelmed by it. Like I'm doing what I love, and I can't shake that for nothing in the world. I'm doing what I love, and like I said, man, the next day is like I'm blown until it's time to warm up. Like I just be sleep, man. I had the music in, I be sleep. Of course, I pray, and then I get up and I go warm up, and it's time. It's time to take business. It's time to handle business, man. I be serious all the time when it's time to play football.
That's awesome. It's almost like every game day is like Christmas morning.
Yeah, it's like a Christmas morning. And I had broke myself out of. I used to practice and play angry all the time, just for the simple fact, like I don't know, like man, I'm small. I ain't gonna say I'm small, but for this position, I gotta keep going up 600 pounds every play because I was getting double teamed a lot. And you see those, I'll split the double team, but if you watching my film, like you see it, like I was double teamed a lot. Majority of the games, I was double teamed. And one thing I hated more than anything, when we went to a 3 down front, I just knew coach was gonna let me go to the edge, but he kept me in the middle, and I still made plays. But oh my, with all three of those, 2 guards and the center on me, what I told you, those dog days there, man. I wouldn't pass it up for nothing in the world, though. I just, like I said, I'm rambling a little bit, but I miss it, man. And like I said, it's our life, and it's hard. It's hard to cope with anything else when especially if you can accept it later. I feel like, but when you just haven't had that opportunity, it's hard to let it go because I'm not for sure. If it was for me or not, because I didn't get the opportunity.
That's and just like watching your film, you're saying you're getting double teamed, you're able to split them. I mean, your reaction time is so ridiculous that it doesn't matter what you do. Like they don't have time to actually stop you. And just like I just like watch that and just like think like if you were on the edge, like looking at your numbers in the interior and just thinking like if you're on the edge, like what you would have been. It's hopefully you get that shot in the AAF or any league, to actually show what you're made to do.
Yeah, I think about that all the time. Like one of my mentors, Derek Burgess, played for the played for Oakland Raiders. He played for New England. He played for Philly. Derek Burgess, and Derek Burgess, he used to coach me here at Ole Miss. He used to come to our practice, and cause he live in the area. He retired, live in the area around here. And he used to walk through plays with me. And he used to say it all the time. It's harder for a guy to go from the outside to come inside, but it's much easier for a guy to move from inside and go play outside. And like I said, bro, ever since he told me that, and I got those 1 or 2 snaps on the edge, I gotta settle down, but I can play it. I know I can play it. Like I said, it's more of just less talking than just having the ability to able to really show it. Yeah, I know somebody out there believe in me, man. Somebody fought for me. It just the whole room probably didn't, but somebody did. I know I got it. Somebody believe in me out there, man. Whenever I get a chance to show them, they won't regret it. They're gonna be, I told you
so. I love it. So 30 seconds, whoever's listening, the coaches out there, why should they sign you?
Coach, man, like I said, I'm a kid, man. I grew up my whole life playing football, man, just like any other football player. But one thing I know, man, I'm a technician. I get out there, you give me a job to do. That's the only thing I'm going to do. It's my job. And give anything, man, to, get back to where I need to be. I hope somebody listening, I hope somebody would give me an opportunity, give me a chance, Coach. I really can't sell you by a conversation, but you get me on that field, I can sell myself that way, Coach. And I'm hoping I get that opportunity to do so.
Awesome. I love it. I love the passion, dedication. I love everything you got. I love your game. Man, I hope that you get that shot that you definitely deserve.
Yes, sir. Man, like I said, man, I want to appreciate you too, reaching out, and giving me a chance to be heard and expressing myself on your platform. I'm very thankful for that, man. That's I just want to say, big things coming your way for, allowing guys to be on your surface too, man. So I really appreciate you for this.
No, man. We just want this league to be a success, and the only way that's going to happen is to get the right guys out on that field.
Yes, sir.
Anybody that wants to follow you online or get in touch with you, where should they go?
I mean, you can go to Instagram, which would be I_am_IG, or you just type in my name, or you can go to Facebook and Twitter, which will be Issac Gross, Big Gross 94. That's the best way to contact me. And like I said, man, Facebook or Twitter would be the best way to contact me. Also, my film links are in those links too. So, hit me up anytime, man. Let me know what you got for me. Big Gross, that's me.
I'll be sure to put links to all that in the show notes. So if you guys want to get in touch with Issac or just follow what he's doing, check the show notes. Check him out there. Issac, again, thanks so much for coming on. So that was Issac.
He sounds so passionate about just wanting to play.
Yeah. Yeah, we were talking on the interview, like the night before, he's so excited. It's like a kid on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, it was fun to listen to that part where he's just like, I'm still looking forward to it. I'm doing push-ups, sit-ups all night. I don't think I've ever been so excited about something that I would do push-ups and sit-ups all night long.
Yeah, the football players are a different breed.
Yeah, I would say so.
Singletary, we know you're listening to the show, obviously.
Obviously.
Need help on the D-line. This guy is...
He's ready to go.
Yes, sign him. Now on to the main event. Like we mentioned earlier, we got to go to the Liberty Bowl and actually pick where we wanted to sit for the season.
Yeah, I'd never been to the Liberty Bowl, which is kind of surprising because I was a U of M student and I grew up here. So it's crazy that I've driven past it.
Yeah, we went to an event like in the parking lot.
We did?
Yeah, there was like, I don't remember what it was, but it was there.
Oh, okay. So I've been in the parking lot of the Liberty Bowl.
Never quite in.
Never in the stadium.
If you look on our social media, we took some pictures and some video, and we actually got to go down on the field because there's actually a section of seats on the field called first class that you can sit behind the end zone.
Yeah,
or near the end zone.
Makes me a little nervous because, like, how many times do you see players like run into cameramen or people
crash into the sound guy?
Right. So I will not be sitting in the first class section down on the field.
Yeah, and if you do sit down there, just make sure you practice on your hand-eye coordination or your reflexes so you can get out of the way in time.
Yeah, I might not want to be looking at your phone or Twitter. Pay attention.
Yeah. And the plus side of that is you get a commemorative chair to keep.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. But that's not where we're sitting.
We'll be in the hub.
Yes.
With the, what do they call it? The most raucous fans?
Yeah.
We'll be them.
Yep, with our free drink tickets. Having a great time.
Yeah. I saw on the Facebook group, someone was starting the conversation on what we would call the fan group. And
yeah,
that was kind of fun.
If you haven't already, join the official group for Memphis Express and join in that conversation to determine, like, what do the fans want to be called?
There's been a couple suggestions. Not the greatest.
So some fun ones. Michelle actually had a very nice suggestion of flight crew.
Yeah, I kind of like that one.
Yeah.
I'm still not on board, but might as well go with it.
So if you have ideas, let us know.
Hit up the group.
Yeah. And make sure you get your season tickets. Pre-sales ends the 19th.
Yep.
So next week actually starts open to the public season ticket sales.
So Dan and I will definitely be down in the hub with the Raucous fans, hanging out, partying, chanting, cheering, singing, doing all that stuff. But if you guys like the comforts of a cozy, nice seating area, I would definitely check out the Stadium Club option because when we went to look at the stadium, it was like a cold and rainy day, but they took us up there to see that section. It was like a warm hug. It was so nice in there, and there were nice, comfy seats.
Yeah, and it's going to be all-inclusive food and drinks.
And they mentioned maybe like having different menus with every game or something.
Yeah, so they're going to have like different caterers and different food for each game.
Yeah.
So you get a variety.
Yeah. And like I said, it's just like comfy chairs, TV screens. You get the best view of the field. It's really cool.
Yeah. And then if you have kids or you don't want to be with us Ruckus fans, there is a family section that is alcohol free.
And it's across the stadium from the hub.
So you can be over there sober, staring directly at us, having a good time.
I don't know if I'd put it that way, but yeah.
But yeah, so they have options for everybody. And the tickets range from $75 up to $850
For a game?
Yeah, per game. No. Sorry, that's for the season tickets itself.
Oh wow, that's so cool.
Yeah, so you can get like essentially 5 games for $75.
That's such a deal.
Yeah.
And when we were being walked around the stadium, Jacob was telling us about how they're going to be like building up such fun things around the stadium to happen on game day. And again, in the Facebook group, they were talking about tailgating and what that might look like. So I'm just so excited for this to get started.
Yeah, we can't wait.
Definitely get your season ticket so that you can be a part of this. Another fun thing that happened this week, which shocked the hell out of me, we got the schedule.
Yeah.
I woke up one morning, whatever day that came out, and I was like, holy shit, Dan, did you see that the schedule came out? Because I had no idea that was coming.
Yeah, it was a kind of surprise to everybody.
Again, it's my bone to pick is the way that they're like releasing these things. Whatever. It's fine.
I don't know. It generates excitement. You kind of throw it out there. And now everybody's clamoring about it and getting excited.
That's true.
And talking and then getting really confused by the way they listed the games.
Oh, yeah. That was definitely confusing. Because usually when you look at a schedule, it's like Niners at the Rams so that the home team is second as opposed to this AAF schedule, which is totally backwards.
Yeah. If you see the full schedule, the home team is listed first.
Right.
And the away team is listed second. So week 1, we're going to be in Birmingham. Week 2, we play at home.
And I do have some really sad news. I will be missing the first home game of the season. I know. I'll be traveling for work, but you guys will have to represent the hub, and I will be there week 3. We'll be home week 3? What's happening week 3? We don't play. No.
Week 3 is in Orlando.
Okay. I will be there week 4.
Or against San Diego, where we sink the fleet.
Yes. Oh, I like that. Sink the fleet. All right.
Yeah, we also need like taunting hashtags for everybody.
Yeah.
So like, what can we say to the Iron fans to...
Dude, we need to come up with some insults for the Iron. A fan for the Iron, hit us with a really sick burn the other night on Twitter, and we had nothing to hit them back with. So we need some help with that.
Yeah. So a quick rundown of the schedule. Now, the cool thing is these games it'll be a mixture of Saturday and Sunday games.
Yeah, that was another thing that was surprising because based on previous evidence, they were all supposed to be Saturday games.
Yeah. And then there's one Friday game out of nowhere.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in Salt Lake.
Weird.
Yeah. So a lot of it, I'm assuming, has to do with just availability.
Okay.
Because, so Memphis, the Express is going to be the sole tenant of Liberty Bowl, so we can do whatever we want to it.
Right.
Within reason, obviously. We can't demolish it or do any permanent changes. But other teams aren't so lucky. And so they have to work around. Like in San Antonio, they have a couple of away games because the rodeo's in town.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. So that's probably why there's a mixture. And all the dates are subject to change. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So there's a chance that it could switch up.
Gotcha.
We don't know the times.
So do you want to go through the schedule?
Yeah. So the first graphic is a little confusing because if you don't know who's home and who's away, it gets confusing. But they did release a separate graphic that just lists the games for the Express.
Oh,
and
cool.
it's very clear which ones are away and which one are home.
Awesome.
So week 1 will be in Birmingham. Which
is luckily drivable.
Yeah. So definitely, if you can make it, let's go support the Express in their house.
Let's caravan. So is that a Saturday or Sunday game?
That's going to be a Sunday game.
Well, luckily it's drivable. So it won't be that big of a deal to go to that one and then come back if you got to work on Monday.
Yeah. Week 2, the Hotshots come to Memphis.
It's the home opener?
Yep.
That I'll be missing. I'll be watching it. Is that a Saturday or Sunday?
That one is Saturday.
Well, luckily, I'll be able to watch it on the app. So even if I'm like busy, I'll be at a conference. I'll like have it on my phone on silent or something.
Week 3, they will be going to Orlando.
I think I looked that one up, and flights round trip were like $95 or something crazy. So I think we'll be going to that one.
Yeah. And it's a Saturday game for now. So like you can still go to the game, spend the night, come home Sunday, and still make it back for work on Monday.
Yeah.
And so that's another thing that it wasn't necessarily intentional, but it was just kind of a lucky outcome. And that so many games are Saturday, which makes it easier to travel. So people can still like come home Sunday and not miss work or have to do anything crazy.
Yeah, that's really convenient.
So Orlando is going to be fun just because of the growing rivalry between our team presidents.
Yeah. What happened there?
So UCF beat Memphis by 1 point.
Oh, that was a painful game to watch.
Now
I'm sorry. That wasn't a painful game to watch. That was,
a
really
good game.
Fun game to watch, but the ending was depressing.
Yeah. Kind of a bad call. We're not a Tigers podcast, so we're going to leave it to those experts. But I will just say that holding penalty that brought back that touchdown run from Henderson,
Yeah.
not a fucking penalty.
Yeah, and they even said that when we were watching the game. They said that shouldn't have been a hold.
It was just a good block.
Ugh.
So the number 10 team in the nation barely won against an unranked team, all thanks to a bad call.
Yeah.
All I'm going to say. So moving on to week 4, we are going to be hosting the San Diego Fleet.
Again, I'm excited about that one, not only because it'll be my home opener. That's what I'm calling it. But we don't have to try to figure out how to get to San Diego. They're coming to us.
Yeah, so that's the good news. We'll get into, but like the teams furthest away are coming here to play.
Which is nice for me.
Yeah. Week 5 is in Atlanta against the Legends.
Which is what, a 6-hour drive?
Something like that, I think.
Totally doable.
Yeah. That one is going to be a Sunday game.
Okay.
Week 6 in Salt Lake. So that one's going to be a tough one.
I haven't looked at flights for that one, and I'm not sure because,
we may have to miss that one.
No. There's no such thing. We do the podcast. We have to be there. Maybe we can get some Patreons.
Yeah. If you guys want to support us on Patreon, we don't have it set up, but let us know if you want to. And that one is going to be a Saturday game.
Okay.
Week 7, we'll be hosting Birmingham.
Okay.
And that's going to be a Sunday game.
Okay.
Week 8, we'll be hosting the Apollos.
Okay.
And that's going to be a Saturday game. Week 9, we got to travel to San Antonio.
I have to figure out arrangements for that.
That's a bit of a doozy.
But something exciting that I've seen on social media is, what was it called? The Barbecue Bowl?
Oh, yeah. There's a growing rivalry between San Antonio and Memphis over who has a better barbecue. So
we're probably going to win because my dad lives in San Antonio and doesn't care about football, but loves barbecue.
Yeah.
So I'll bet
and he is net kind of from Memphis. He lived in Memphis, so he can claim to be a Memphis Express fan and cook for us.
Yeah, he'll definitely be repping us in the Barbecue Bowl.
Yeah. And we end the season at home against the Legends.
That'll be cool.
Yes. And that's going to be a Saturday game.
Okay.
And so the way it works is we play each of the teams in our conference twice a year.
And what's our conference?
So Birmingham, Orlando, and Atlanta, Memphis are all the Eastern Conference.
Okay.
So we play them twice a year. That makes 6 games.
Right.
And we play each team in the Western Conference once a year.
Gotcha.
So that's the other 4.
Gotcha.
It'll be fun to have this barbecue bowl.
Yeah.
Since we only see San Antonio once a year, as opposed to like Birmingham, which we'll see twice a year.
We should come up with some sort of cool trophy or something to hand back and forth.
Yes.
To each team, like they have that trophy for the year for the barbecue bowl.
Or maybe we can do something with the... Okay, so there's another fan account on Twitter that covers the Commanders.
Okay.
And he's going to be starting a podcast covering the Commanders. So maybe we can have like a show versus show kind of trophy.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll have to make that. We'll have to figure out what that is.
So if you're listening, let us know what you think, what you should do for that.
Yeah. And let us know if you're going to be able to make it to the barbecue bowl.
So you can watch the Alamo fall a second time.
Savage.
So that is the schedule. And I'm excited to see, like, it's just things are finally starting.
Yeah.
And the next thing that's going to be announced is the uniform.
I know. I'm so excited about that. They've been kind of, well, not teasing it, but they've been talking about it's coming soon. It's coming soon.
Mm-hmm.
Starters announcing it soon. And I cannot wait.
Team President Cochet was in the Memphis group saying, like, hey, if you have any questions, let me know. And somebody asked about uniforms. Like, I can't say anything now, but he says Starter is looking to break the mold on this one. Makes me a little bit nervous. So whenever, like, you get outside of tradition,
like with these stupid ass team names,
it could go bad.
Like these stupid ass team names.
So hopefully they do it right with these uniforms, because that's really going to make or break. I don't know. I keep saying that this is going to make or break, but the uniforms are important.
Yeah. I mean, we'll still be fans. Like these stupid ass team names. Guys, I cannot get over this.
Oh my God.
I think it is even annoying, Dan. But like, okay, we won't get into it.
Yes, we know. You one of the kings or the mummies.
Anyway.
Stop trying to make it happen. It's not going to happen.
Maybe I can dream. I wonder if, like, in the future, if they grow into new markets, someone is the Kings. I might root for them just for that fucking name.
Oh my God. Traitor.
Any word on, like, championship or playoffs or anything like that?
Oh, TBA.
Oh, of course.
Look, we just got the schedule out, and
You're
it's
right.
subject to change.
Yeah. Wait, it's how subject to change is it?
I don't know. I mean, there's like one stadium. The stadium has like first choice to reschedule or something because they have like higher priority tenants. Mm-hmm. So until like the AAF can establish like, yes, we're here to stay, it's going to be kind of hit or miss. Memphis were fortunate to be the only tenants during that time.
Yeah.
So hopefully, like, the other markets can show, like, hey, we deserve first dibs.
Okay, so these games are happening. It's just kind of a legal disclaimer that they might have to change, but these games are happening when they say.
Yeah, like, I can't remember what city it was, but they listed, like, concerts or other things that if they come to town, chances are you might get rescheduled.
Gotcha.
And times of the games are going to be announced later on, so that'll be interesting to see how that kind of works out.
Just plan on blocking out the whole day.
Pretty much.
Because you're going to tailgate, you're going to enjoy the game, then we're going to celebrate after because we're going to win every fucking game.
So, bold prediction, Memphis goes 10-0.
Yep.
And wins the first ever AAF championship game.
I mean, I believe. I'm here.
So, fun announcement. Before we mention that Isaac is going to be joining the team on Memphis AAF, he's going to be helping, like, do write-ups and write articles and do a whole lot of cool stuff. He wrote his first article for the Express, where he covers all the coaches.
Yeah, there was a lot of cool information in there that I probably wouldn't have been able to find myself.
Yeah. So go to the website to see his article at memphisaaf.com. And we're going to be diving into the coaches in a later episode. So be sure to stick around for that. Subscribe so you don't miss that episode. memphisaaf.com/subscribe.
And let us know if you have any questions for Jacob when he comes on next week to talk to us about season tickets and all things Lions.
Absolutely. You got anything else, Michelle?
I got nothing.
Well, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next week.
Toodles.
Did you really say toodles?